Lesson 9. Common Mistakes. In this lesson, we will look at common mistakes that illustrate the concepts we learned in previous lessons. Beginners tend to play too many marginal hands in early and middle position. Avoid playing these hands unless you are in late position. Remember, position is crucial in Texas Hold'em. If there was a raise before you, you would have to fold this marginal hand. In early position, you cannot know what will happen after you. The safe thing here is to fold as if those raises actually happened. In late position, you can see that no one raised, giving you a sense that your hand's relative value is probably good. You can take a chance and raise. Remember, position is crucial in Texas Hold'em. Don't play a starting hand just because it has a high card. These hands are usually not profitable. Be selective about the starting hands you choose to play. A single ace in an unsuited hand with a big gap between your cards has little chance of making a straight or a flush. This hand has an ace, but don't be fooled. It is not a good hand. Be selective about the starting hands you choose to play. With more opponents, more cards are dealt, and the chance that someone got better cards than you increases. The value of your hands decreases as the number of opponents rises. With 4 players, there is a bigger chance an off-suited hand with an ace will be strong enough to win. The same hand on a 10-seat table is more likely to be beaten by a stronger hand. With more opponents, more cards are dealt, and the chance that someone got better cards than you increases. Novice players, when holding a good hand, will often check or call when they should bet or raise. If you check or call, more players with marginal hands will stay in the game because it's cheap. With more players in the game, the chances to be beaten by a better hand increase. Don't be greedy. It's better to win a small pot than lose a big one. Mistake. With a pair of aces, you should have raised and thinned out the opposition. Mistake. You now have 3 aces. You should have bet to eliminate some players and increase the pot you could win. Mistake. You should have raised to see if the last player would fold. By playing too passively, you encouraged your opponent to make it to the showdown, and it turns out they actually have a better hand than your 3 aces. Aggressive play with more bets and raises would probably have won you this hand by causing player 2 to fold. Don't be greedy. It's better to win a small pot than lose a big one. Don't play too tight with a very narrow range of starting hands. You've got to give action to get action. Let's say you're a predictable player. You fold good hands at early position. You fold good hands at middle position. You fold good hands at late position. Then you get a very good hand and decide to raise. By now, your opponents have profiled you as a super tight player, and whenever you join the action, they will be very likely to fold. Mix up your play by playing marginal hands in good position. You've got to give action to get action. Unskilled players do not always know when to fold. If you try to bluff them, they may call any bet you place and defeat the purpose of the bluff. You have a strong hand, with high cards and a chance to get a flush or a straight. There's still a chance to get a straight. You keep betting. You didn't get the cards you need, and your hand is now worthless. You try a bluff to scare them away. This is a mistake. Your opponent only knows how to call. By bluffing with a hand that turned out to be very weak, you lost more money than you should have. Unskilled players do not always know when to fold. If you try to bluff them, they may call any bet you place and defeat the purpose of the bluff.